In this video, we are going to set up the interactables. And if you ever had those jittery movements, this video is going to be exactly for you. Other than that, we are going to set up the attached transforms, and I'm going to show you how to do two-handed interactables as well. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is the scene where we left off last time. First, if we are going to our XR rig or XR origin, so first we need to add a component to our hands, which will communicate with the interactables, and this is called XR Direct Interactor, and I need to add it individually to both hands. So if you search XR Direct Interactor, then just add this script to your left and right hand controller. Okay, first we need to create an interaction layer mask. So I'm just going to add the layer and call it grabbable. So go back to your left and right hand controller and add the interaction layer mask. Just untick default and the teleport. So only the grabbable is going to be available. Also on our hands, we are going to need a sphere collider. And it's important this one needs to be a trigger. And for radius, I'm just going to set it to 0.1. Okay, so what changed from the previous XR Interaction Toolkits, in the 3.0, we need to add input configurations to both of our hands. So just select the input configuration, add the direct interactor, and for the select input and activate input, just like before on the teleport, we need to add the select and activate inputs. So this is the left hand controller. I'm just going to search for select, and for the left hand XR left interactor / select. For the second one, I'm just going to use the same. So select. At the activate, I'm going to do the same for the left hand activate, and for the second one, I'm going to select the activate value. Okay, but what's this select and activate input? So the select one is the grip button, and the activate input is the trigger on our controller. And in this case, for example, we grab a gun, and with the trigger, we activate it, so we are shooting out a bullet or something. Okay, and if we go to the Interactables table, first we see Instantaneous, Kinematic and Velocity tracking. So start with the Instantaneous. I'm gonna add a XR Grab Interactable component, and this is what we're gonna use in all of them. Interaction layer mask should be grabbable. And it's really important, it does give rigid body to the component, but it doesn't give any collider. So without it, it won't work. So in this case, the easiest one is using a mesh collider, but for optimization reasons, it's better to use either a cylinder, for this one example, or box colliders, or any kind of these primitive colliders. But right now, I'm just going to go with mesh and just select the convex. So it's just going to add colliders to every face. Okay, and very important, in theory, it should automatically get the colliders. But if you have some kind of visuals, so this is just an object, and then it has a visuals as a child object, like this, and this holds the mesh collider and all kinds of data, then you manually need to drag it to the colliders. But in this case, I don't have that setup, but actually that's the better setup. So right now I'm just going to drag the mesh collider to the colliders, and there it is. I'm going to do the same with the other two. So XR Grab Interactable. Both of them needs to be on the grabbable interaction layer mask. And for both of them, I'm going to add the mesh collider. Again, convex. And individually, just drag it to the colliders. Colliders. Okay, so I'm just going to set the movement types individually. So this is the Instantaneous, the Kinematic, and finally the Velocity tracking. Okay, and that's it. Right now we can jump into Unity and we can grab these objects. Okay, so as you can see, I can grab it. Also, for the right hand, we haven't set up the select and activate input. So in this case, it won't work if we are trying to grab it. Right hand select. right hand activate and right hand activate value. Okay, and also it's really important we can set handedness. So this is the right hand and this one is the left hand. If you want to know as an interactable which hand grabbed you, then you can search for this handedness property and you can do all kinds of calculation you want to enable grabbing the object with your right hand, left hand, etc. So you can constrain these stuffs. Right, so our hands are completely set up. So let's see the differences between the instantaneous, kinematic, and velocity tracking. So instantaneous, as you can see, this is going to be really snappy, so it moves really good. The reason is because the position is updated every update, while you will see on the kinematic, it's going to be really jittery, and that's because it's updated on the fixed update. So instantaneous, this one doesn't have any physics, so it can go through the table and I can move the kinematic, for example, but it will behave really strange because it's not using any physics. But if I do the same with the kinematic, which has physics, it behaves as expected. Okay, so the kinematic is taken move through object that doesn't have any rigid body, but it will be updated on the fixed update and it does interact with other rigid body objects. The velocity tracking is the most advanced. This one is colliding with other simple colliders. I mean, it does behave strange, but it's just a collision detection. This one is the full physics-based one. And if you move it anyway, you can see this is really jittery. It might doesn't come through videos because that just has 30 FPS, but you can see it in VR. Okay, but how to fix that? So to fix that, we need to select the kinematic and velocity tracking, go to rigid body, and at the interpolation, just select interpolate. So between two positions, it's just going to smooth it. So if we go back to VR and we try to move it the same way, it will feel much better. Not perfect, but much better. Okay, one more thing is that these objects, when you're holding them close, they're just interacting with your XR origin and it will throw off your character. The solution for that is that you take your XR origin to another layer, for example, player. So yeah, for the layer, you just need to set it to player and don't apply it to all of the objects. And also for the interactables, you could use another layer. Actually, we don't need left and right hand, just hands. Again, left and right controller, set it to hands. Change it to the children's. And for the interactables, actually, I'm just going to select all of them. And select interactables. And at the project settings, in the physics settings, you might see just this, but just open up this layer collision matrix. And you need to disable the collisions between interactables and the player. So the player should not interact with the interactables. This way, even if you move your interactable into your collider, it just won't throw you off and make all kinds of weird physics stuff. Okay, so that's the fix for that. Now move to attach transforms. So as you could see on the grenades here, when I grabbed it, it just snapped into a weird position. But we actually can set up something called attach transforms. So it's going to be a predetermined position. And all we need is, again, XR Grab Interactable. Rigid body, again, mesh collider and convex. Drag the mesh collider to the colliders and interaction layer mask to grabbable. And this is an interactable already. Right now, I'm just going to use it instantaneous. And what we need to do is create a empty game object and call it attach transform. Okay, and drag this attach transform to the attach transform. Okay, and if you start the game, here we are, and if I grab it, it snaps into that attached position. Okay, but how can we determine this position? Well, I could move this attached transform to a different position until it's in the right position, but there's a much easier way. If I just enable the dynamic attach. Okay, let's talk about the dynamic attach. So what it does is I can grab this object anywhere I want. So the way to do it is just put it into the position you want. And if you check out the hierarchy, the gun pistol has a left-hand controller dynamic attach transform. So if we copy this transform and we paste it to the attach transform outside play mode, so it's important. So yeah, attach transform and paste this as a component value and save it and pressing play. You get here and right now it's in that position. Awesome. But if you select it with your other hand, so the right hand, it's just slightly off. So for that, the solution, we need to make an inherited class of this Grab Interactable and modify it to our needs. So how to do that? In the assets folder, there's a script folder, and I'm gonna create a new script, and I'm gonna call it exactly like that. So Grab Interactable fixed. Okay, and I'm gonna inherit from Grab Interactable. And I'm just gonna need the Interaction Toolkit Interactable namespace. Okay, we can delete the start and update function. And here we will need to use two transform, one for the right hand attach transform and left hand attach transform. Oh, actually, this is an amazing example for why we need to set the handedness and why is it really good we have handedness in the Interaction Toolkit 3.0. Okay, so we also need the Interaction Toolkit namespace. Actually, the issue with onSelect entered is it's a strange bug. When you grab your items first, if we go to the original attach transform, which I have no idea why, but on the second grab, it's going to snap to the right attach transform. So for the fix for that, we have another function called onSelect entering, and that's going to solve all of our problems. It's going to snap to the right position at the right time, no just second input. So this is the fix for that. Okay, and at the interactor object, we are not going to use this transform.name. Also, instead, we can use handedness. So this is just a enum, I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's just a public enum interactor handedness, none left or right. So in this case, this is going to be the left hand. So the left, I think I just need the interactors namespace as well. Okay, and right. The same goes for the right hand. That should be it. Okay, and going back to the attach transform, we need to get rid of this Grab Interactable and add this Grab Interactable fixed. Okay, unfortunately, we need to redo the previous one. So grabbable layer, mesh collider to the colliders, instantaneous and everything, and attach transform. Okay, I'm going to duplicate it, and this is going to be the left attach transform, and this is going to be the right attach transform, and I'm going to drag the right one to the right hand attach transform and the left one to the left hand attach transform. So what we actually do is we are going to set this attach transform based on if it's the left hand or right hand. So that's all we do. Okay, so right now the left hand attach transform should be fine, and we need to find the right hand attach transform. We are going to use the same method as before, so just use dynamic attach and we are going to get the transform. Okay, so just let's go through the code. So we have the left-hand attached transform and the right-hand attached transform. And then from the XR interactable, we are going to override the onSelect entering. And when the interactor object's handedness is left, then we are going to set the attached transform to the left-hand attached transform. If it's not the left, so it's the right, then the attached transform is going to be the right-hand attached transform. And this based on onSelect entering, what it does is just continuing this onSelect entering on the base class. So if I go here, it's just going to run these codes after it done this one before. Right, so that's it. If we go back to Unity, and we need to add the XR Grab Interactable fixed this time, and I've created a left-hand attached transform and a right-hand attached transform, so I just need to assign it here. So the left-hand attached transform to the left-hand attached transform and the right-hand attached transform to the right-hand attached transform. Okay, again, instantaneous, and set the collider to this one, just once. And if we press play, it will work with the left-hand attached transform, but it won't work with the right-hand attached transform because right now I just duplicated it. So to set the right-hand attached transform, we need to use again this dynamic attach, get the transform in play mode, and then just assign it. So what I'm going to do now is just select this pistol, just roughly set it to the right position like that. And then can head to the hierarchy here, right-hand dynamic attach, right-click, copy component, exit play mode. And then right-hand attach transform, and transform, right-click, paste, and component values. And also don't forget to turn off the dynamic attach. Go back to play mode, and now if we grab the pistol, the right hand, it's in the right position, and with the left hand, it's also in the right position. Okay, so that's the attach transforms. The last thing I want to show you is the two-handed interaction. So again, XR Grab Interactable, rigid body, create a mesh collider, and drag it to the colliders. Interaction layer mesh is grabbable, instantaneous, and what you need to set is the select mode from single to multiple. So it will use a primary and a secondary attach transform. In this case, we need to set it. So just, I'm going to create two empty game objects. Is going to be a primary attach transform, and this is going to be the secondary attach transform. Okay, the primary goes to the primary, just the simple attach transform, and the secondary is going to go to the secondary attach transform. I'm just going to move the primary somewhere here, the secondary here, and press play. Okay, if I grab it, yeah, it's strangely positioned, but we've fixed that in a second. And if I grab it with my other hand, now I can use it as a secondary attach transform. And actually the same goes for this one. So if we set the rifle to dynamic attach, and we try to grab it at the right position, so this is going to be my right-hand attach transform. So I'm just going to copy it, component, again, exit play mode, primary attach transform, paste by right, and paste the component values. And for the secondary, we go back. So yeah, this is going to be my secondary attach transform. So dynamic attach, again, copy component, and as a secondary attach transform, just pasting the component values. And at the gun rifle, just don't forget to turn off dynamic attach. And now if we go to play mode, so yeah, that's my primary and secondary, and it works as it should be. Awesome. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, then hit the like button and subscribe. If you are interested how to set up the UI with the XR Interaction Toolkit 3.0, then just select this video somewhere. See you in the next one.